I'm so sick of this Indiana Fever coaching staff putting their hands on Caitlin Clark. Enough's enough. Keep your damn hands to yourself. We grown here. Don't touch nobody. Keep your hands to yourself. That goes for you, Stephanie White, you, Brianne January, and the other lady that I'm gonna play in the video. I don't even know your name, but all of y'all need to get it together and relax, okay? Are y'all physically harassing her? What is going on over here? What's going on? What's going on? Okay, do your job. Your job is to coach. Don't touch me.
Instead of complaining with the coaching staff like someone unintentionally erased her entire group assignment 5 minutes before the deadline, Caitlin Clark was meant to be out there cooking defenders. However, because Clark did not appear irritated for a single play following that widely shared sideline moment with Stephanie White, supporters are now certain that something significant is going on behind the scenes. She seems to have received her final warning before the basketball gods personally intervened.
I need y'all to follow me this video here. Let me know, am I going too far? You know what I'm saying? Am I overthinking things? Or am I possibly onto something? So the Indiana Fever, right? They're surrounded by a whole bunch of drama. We already see what's going on. You got one video over here flying around of Stephanie White grabbing Caitlin Clark's wrist while Clark is going to shoot 2 free throws. She got to snatch her arm away from the grip of death of Stephanie White, okay? Okay, you got that video out there. Then you got Brianne January, the assistant coach, going back and forth with Clark on the sidelines, popping her neck, going crazy.
You don't want to miss this one, so hit the like and subscribe buttons before we continue. The Indiana Fever believed they were signing up for a basketball star who could transform the entire league, sold-out arenas, and national exposure. They most likely did not anticipate that every timeout would begin to seem like a leaked political meeting and that every sideline reaction would turn into forensic evidence for online investigators doing round-the-clock basketball investigations.
By now, guys, you've seen the viral footage of Caitlin Clark arguing with assistant coach Brianne January. And we've had issues out of Brianne before in the past. Her tracking Caitlin down while she's celebrating, to grab Caitlin up like a child in a department store having a temper tantrum and dragging her back to the sidelines. We've had issues. We've also had issues with Karima Kelly, man. She's the one directly next to Caitlin Clark. But
Indiana was quietly rebuilding just a season ago, and there wasn't much national turmoil around the team. These days, Caitlin Clark's every look is a hot issue. Every coaching choice becomes a virtual battlefield, and the Heat somehow makes news more quickly than famous breakups on Gossip Blog.
All right, y'all, we have a pretty good one to break down on this one, man. I'm talking about Caitlin Clark in transition, why it's important to get her the ball, her boil-over moment in the first half, what was leading up to that, to the point where she was snatching her hand away from Stephanie White. Oh my goodness, man, it was getting wild. And then who I think should be running the show once Caitlin Clark is off. Caitlin Clark knowing when you're open before you even know when you're open. Oh my goodness, this is how good this girl is. Let's take a look at this, man. So they're coming down right out the gate. Look at Caitlin. She's already seeing that Allen is about to be wide open, man.
And for some reason, in the midst of all of this mayhem, Stephanie White and Caitlin Clark now appear to be two individuals attempting to put together IKEA furniture without the instruction manual, while thousands of basketball fans yell contradictory suggestions outside the window.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, Caitlin Clark's frustration is boiling over. Something isn't right. So let's talk about this, okay? What you're about to see isn't about one play or one moment. It's a collection of sideline and in-game interactions that have sparked real conversations around Caitlin Clark's body language, frustration, and relationships with the coaching staff. Across multiple clips, you're going to see moments where her emotions boil over, ripping her hand away from Stephanie White in frustration. She's going to be arguing in-game with Stephanie White and reacting visibly when things aren't going right. Where, you know, to the point where us as fans have to question. For some, these are just competitive fire, and for others,
because it didn't appear to be a straightforward argument between a coach and a competing player in that sideline video that everyone keeps watching. After weeks of tension, confusion, conflicting messages, and a growing sense that the Indiana Fever are still unsure whether to build around Caitlin Clark's basketball abilities or gently urge her to quit using them, it appeared as though pure exasperation was finally spilling over. During a timeout, the cameras saw Clark animatedly attempting to clarify something while Stephanie White responded with obvious annoyance. And all of a sudden, overnight, the internet became a massive detective agency. As if they were looking into extraterrestrial contact, fans began slowing down the video frame by frame. From the shadows sprang lip readers. All of a sudden, amateur body language gurus were everywhere. By the following morning, the fever was being discussed as though it were a scandal involving a political administration. To be honest, the footage went viral because it proved what many fans had been suspecting for weeks. She became such because she plays basketball as if the entire sport has been fast-forwarded. In the best way conceivable, her game is chaotic. Long-range threes that cause defenders to reconsider their professional decisions. Similar to NFL quarterback passes, transition passes are fired. Quick breaks that resemble a natural catastrophe alert rather than a fence. Arenas sell out because of this style. Television ratings skyrocketed because of it. That's why every time Clark touched the ball, rival arenas began to sound like Indiana home games.
And let's start with the Caitlin Clark assist gate, the scandal that was taking over the internet over the past 48 hours. Caitlin Clark not being awarded 2 assists that she rightfully deserved. And here are those 2 assists. So as you can see, Caitlin Clark comes off the high screen from Aaliyah Boston. She dribbles down and then she skip passes to the corner. Mo Billings makes a 3. This was not originally recorded as an assist. And then she's coming down the court. She's driving in, hands the ball off to Kelsey Mitchell, and she also makes a 3. This was also not originally recorded as an assist.
Rather, some admirers of Fever believe that corporate PowerPoint jargon continues to incorporate Clark's genius. And following games in which Clark drastically changed Indiana's offense in real time, that annoyance erupted. One of the most notable instances occurred when Clark used his fast pace and deep shooting to single-handedly pull the Fever back into games. Fans saw her gain momentum almost immediately, but instead of fully appreciating how much she changed the game, post-game conversations turned back to the team's general structure. In sports, perception is important, whether it is fair or unfair. Additionally, many Fever fans currently believe that Stephanie White occasionally sounds more concerned with controlling Caitlin Clark than letting her go wild. Since basketball is not really played on Twitter, there is, of course, another side to this whole debate, and it is crucial. The issue is that when your superstar violates the rules of standard basketball spacing, balance becomes very challenging. The instant Clark passes half-court, geometry is altered. Helping defenders creep outward, defenders worry earlier. Lanes that are open in strange locations. Opponents are afraid to give her even a half-second of space, so the entire defense stretches like melted rubber. Such players are uncommon, historically uncommon. Additionally, typical techniques frequently cease to make sense when you coach athletes that are historically uncommon. Years ago, coaches had to deal with stars like Steph Curry in the NBA. Up until Curry began making some shots appear ordinary, conventional basketball logic continued to scream that they were poor choices.
We already went over the whole Brianne January situation with her constantly trying to be in Caitlin Clark's ear, nagging her, go like a nag, get out of my ear. Beat it, girl. Nobody was here for you. None of these people are in this arena for you. None of these people purchased tickets for you. It's the Clark Show. Just be blessed and grateful that you get to even have a courtside seat to witness it. It's as simple as that. Brianne January, you got to fall back. As far as I'm concerned, she can go with Stephanie White.
The game eventually made adjustments to accommodate him since it had no other option. Because of this, a lot of fans get irritated when they watch Indiana. Rather than attempting to control the Fever, they think it should completely submit to Clark's manner. To be honest, it's hard to reject their case because of the statistical stretches. This season, there have already been several instances where Clark's instinctual, fast-paced basketball has made Indiana appear much more threatening. The energy in the arena entirely shifts. The offense moves more quickly, there are more transition opportunities, and the defenders appear worn out. Because the speed makes scoring opportunities easier, even teammates seem more active. The internet instantly divided into civil war camps because she appeared to be someone who was sick of hearing the same instructions repeated over and over. According to one side, Clark was just demonstrating his leadership and fierce competitiveness. They contended that coaches are constantly challenged by renowned athletes and that high expectations often lead to frustration. They saw the video as a superstar calling for a system that makes the most of the team's advantages. Immediately, the opposing side became alarmed and began to worry about optics. Public disputes with coaches, they contended, can lead to unstable locker rooms and
I
undesirable
respect
media
the
narratives.
points and assists double-double more than the points and rebound double-double because it's harder to get, fam. It's tough. It's tough to get, but I will give credit to Hines Allen. She got it back right here, and she went to work on a 6'6". I think Dawson might be 6'5". And look how she went to work on her. Put her in the blender. I see you cash it in. Cash it in, Hines. This is going to show a little bit of the Caitlin frustration boiling over. Now, watch how she continues to have to tell people what to do and talk to people. Just watch this.
Critics have cautioned that if these incidents continue to occur in public, Clark may be branded as difficult or uncoachable. Online sports disputes are already somewhat heated, but Caitlin Clark's involvement essentially turns the internet into a fireworks factory. Stephanie White is sitting somewhere in the center of all of this commotion when she unexpectedly finds herself coaching under a nearly impossible microscope. This type of scrutiny is not something that most WNBA coaches have to deal with every night. These days, every Fever game attracts national attention. Every turn turns into a headline. Social media articles that are longer than college dissertations are triggered by each substitute. Assistant coaches in the league are undoubtedly silently giving thanks to the basketball gods. Every day, people don't question them why Caitlin Clark sat for 90 seconds during the third quarter, or are they attempting to fit Clark into an established framework that values discipline and control above quickness and spontaneity, due to the fact that those are two very distinct ideas. According to one theory, you should let Clark weaponize every possession and unleash the mayhem. According to the alternative viewpoint, you should slow down, make fewer mistakes, and keep everything organized. Despite Clark's genius, games occasionally feel clumsy since Indiana currently appears to be caught awkwardly between two universes. Unfortunately for Stephanie White, fans hardly ever hold the celebrity accountable for misunderstandings. They place the blame on the coach, particularly in light of the fact that the superstar is the league's largest revenue generator in recent memory.